I'm Katie Uhlmann reporting for Katie Chats at SMITHEE TV in downtown Toronto. I'm here with designer Laura Siegel. What was the most fascinating thing for you traveling to India and working with these amazing craftswomen?
I think I find a lot of fascination in their culture and all the various aspects of their culture, from the way that they live on a day-to-day basis, the food, and also just how it varies within the country itself. I mean, it's such like a rich, beautiful country full of color and beautiful personalities and textiles, and I mean, it's pretty much everything. You can find everything in India, so it's a really cool place.
And the name of your film is Traceable. So can you tell me a little bit about the importance of tracing back where your clothes come from? I know often thousands of people are handling them and working on them along the line, but why is it so important for us to know where our clothes are coming from?
I think it's important to understand everything that you use on a day-to-day basis in your life, just like we want to know where our food's coming from, what we're putting in our body. We want to, people are starting to really think about and care what they're wearing and what they're putting on their body, and not from an environmental standpoint, how it's affecting their health, but more importantly from a social standpoint, like how is the purchase that you're making affecting someone else's life.
Mm-hmm, absolutely. And I was really struck by how you immersed yourself in the culture. I mean, even at the beginning of the film, you were talking about your travels through Asia and how you sat with a woman who was teaching you a type of knitting for like a couple days or something. So what do you think, where do you think this sort of brave, immersive passion comes from?
I think it was just, I was really excited before I had traveled through Asia. I was really excited to travel there. I always found a fascination in what I was learning about their culture through research, because it heavily influenced my design sensibility and inspiration. So before I had left, I was already interested in their culture, and then when I went there, it was just a natural connection that I had with some of the artisans because of my design background. It was just almost like a language that we communicated with, since I didn't speak Thai and they didn't speak English. So.
And working with these wonderful women in India as well, who've been doing their crafts for decades upon decades. Was there anything specifically you really learned from them, or any specific techniques that they were using that surprised you? Maybe you didn't know about them before.
Yeah, I think at every single community that I work with, I'm always surprised and amazed at number one, their skill level, because everybody that I work with is just so good at what they do, because they've been doing it their entire life, and usually it's something that they've been doing since they were children, because it was a hobby that their mother did, and grandmother, great grandmother, and so on and so forth. So I was just amazed at their skill level and just how much it's woven into their daily life. It's not just a skill that they don't do it for work. They first and foremost do it as part of their lifestyle.
And can you speak a little bit to Gandhi's influence on local trade within India and how everything is being bought within in the communities?
Yeah, I guess you notice when you're just spending time there, you can see what an influence that has on them, because everything that they're eating, all the foods that they eat are grown from the land of that state. The clothes that they wear are generally coming from their own community. They're clothes that they've made themselves or a family member have made. But I guess over time now, it's because of industrialization, I'd say, and how that is in India particularly, that people are buying clothes that are now more, machine made and from factories from all over India, and they're shipped to wherever and bought, and there's more interaction cross-state today, obviously because of technology and industrialization.
Absolutely. And I was also very struck by your fearlessness going into fashion. Apparently, you at the beginning you said how you didn't draw, and then your dad was like, "Well, learn to draw, take a lesson," and you're like, "Okay," and you did it, submitted your portfolio to Parsons, and just went into it, and here you are, full force in India and Canada. So, what advice would you give to an aspiring designer?
Yeah, I think just to be very passionate. Like if you're going to enter this industry, you obviously have to be very passionate about what you're doing, love it, be prepared to live and breathe it, and enjoy it. Yeah.
And how does it feel to have your clothing being sold at so many amazing retailers, including Holt Renfrew and other stores in Canada as well as the States?
Really good. I feel it. Yeah, it's definitely a feat to be where I am today, but it feels really good after all all the hard work that goes in the early stage of starting up a company, and I think it's very rewarding.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And are there any fabrics or types of crochet or different techniques that you're really fascinated in at the present moment?
Right now, I started working a lot with weaving leather.
Oh.
So, that's something that we just did starting this season for the first time. So, I find there's an extreme fascination in that, and I mean, I just always have loved knitwear.
Cool.
So.
And where's the best place for us to find out more information on the film and on your work as well online?
Yeah, you can either go for the film, you can go to our Facebook page. I think it's facebook.com/traceable documentary, or you can go to our website, laurasiegelcollection.com.
Well, thank you so much, and congratulations.
Thank you very much.
I'm Katie Uhlmann reporting for Katie Chats in downtown Toronto.